Welcome guys sa ating Sir Ed's Math tutorial. Ngayon po, pag-uusapan natin ang evaluating limits sa subject na Basic Calculus. Paano nga ba ang pag-evaluate ng limits sa given mga equation or function? Okay. Meron lang tayong dalawang klaseng method. The first one, or ang unang method, will be direct substitution. At ang pangalawa naman ay by using of factoring. Okay? So, mapapansin ninyo, itong dalawang method ay gagamitin natin mamaya sa pag-solve or pag-evaluate ng limit. So, direct substitution and yung isa naman ay by means of factoring. Magbibigay tayo ng 5 problems or 5 problems na solve din natin and doon natin makikita kung saan nga ba pwedeng gamitin si direct substitution at si factoring. Okay? Let's start, guys. For number 1, let's say for example, we have limits times we have 7 minus 2x as x approaches to negative 2. Okay, sa problem na to guys, kung mapapansin ninyo, this is just a linear equation. Ano? Okay, so since the limit is approaching to negative 2, ibig sabihin nito guys, nearly approaches but never touches to negative 2. So, nearly approaches lang siya. Okay? So, ang pag-evaluate ng limits dito, kung mapapansin niyo since direct lang or linear equation lang siya, pwede tayong mag-apply ng direct substitution dyan. So, pwede natin gamitin ito. Okay? So, to solve for that or to evaluate the limit, gawin lang natin. So, since direct substitution yan, gawin lang natin ay 7 minus 2 times we have negative 2. Then, simplify natin. Magiging 7 negative 2 times negative 2 will be positive 4. So, pag i-add natin, 7 plus 4 magiging 11. So, ganun lang po kasimple kapag ganito lang po ang klase natin ng problem. Okay? Okay, for number 2. Limbawa, we have limit of the cube root of 5 plus 2x all over we have 5 minus x as x approaches to negative 3. Halimbawa. Okay, so ang unang gagawin nyo guys ay to test kung pwede nga bang gamitin si direct substitution or si factoring. Ngayon, paano natin malalaman? Okay, kung mapapansin ninyo, meron tayong rational equation. Sabihin, may numerator and merong denominator. Ngayon, ay test natin, kailangan guys, ang denominator ay hindi pwedeng mag-0. Okay? So, pag nag-test tayo, kailangan ang denominator ay hindi pwedeng maging 0. Kasi kapag naging 0 siya, automatic, it is indeterminate. Okay? Indeterminate or tawag sa kanya ay also undefined. So, wala pong sagot dito. No solution ito kapag 0 ang denominator. So, yun ang target natin palagi kapag merong mga rational equation. So, ngayon, ito test natin. Ngayon, kapag hindi naman nag-equal to 0 ang denominator, automatic pwede po ang direct substitution. Halimbawa, 5 minus x ito. Kung i-substitute natin ang x by negative 3, halimbawa lang ito guys, we have 5 minus x. So, mangyayari, kopyahin natin, magiging 5 minus negative 3. So, that becomes 5. Negative is positive. So, 3. So, pag i-add natin, that is 8. Okay, so we find out na ang denominator naman ay kaya kapag nag-substitute tayo ng negative 3. Okay, so automatic, pwede pong gamitin si direct substitution. Okay, to solve for that, gawin lang natin, substitute lang natin yung value ulit ng x. Magiging yan ay cube root of, copy, we have 5 plus 2 times we have negative 3. All over, we have 5 minus x or 5 minus negative 3. Now, simplify natin. Meron tayong cube root of 5 plus 2 times negative 3 will be, that is negative 6. So, 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. So, 5 minus 6 will give us negative 1. Then sa baba naman, since kanina na-solve natin, 5 minus negative 3 is negative, negative, positive. So that becomes 5 plus 3 equals 8. So i-simplify natin, negative 1 is a perfect cube and 8 is also a perfect cube. So negative 1 can be solved as, nagiging siya ay negative 1. The cube root of negative 1 is negative 1. And then cube root of 8 will be 2. So ang sagot natin for number 2 is negative 1/2. Okay, number 3. Halimbawa, limit x squared minus 9 over x minus 3 as x approaches to positive 3. And again, gamitin natin yung n over 0, test natin sa denominator if it becomes 0. Okay, kung mapapansin ninyo, if x is approaching to 3, when we substitute 3 to x, magiging 3 minus 3 is 0. So automatic, that is indeterminate or undefined kung i-substitute natin directly. Ngayon guys, so since naging 0 ang denominator, hindi po pwede ang direct substitution. So ang gagamitin natin is factoring. Okay? Now, so pag finactor out natin, x squared and 9 are perfect numbers or perfect variables. We have x squared can be factored as x times x. So we have x times x. And since the square of binomials ito, we have negative 9 is or can be factored as plus 3 and negative 3. So positive 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. So sa baba guys, meron tayong x minus 3. So kung mapapansin ninyo, meron tayong same terms sa numerator and denominator. So pwede natin siyang i-cancel out. So since ang may iwan na lang ay x plus 3, we can substitute now the value of x. Or since x approaches 3, we can substitute it here. So x, palitan lang natin ng 3. 3 plus 3 will be 6. So this is now the limit for number 3. As limit x squared minus 9 over x minus 3 as x approaches to positive 3. That is equal to 6. This is the first 3 examples na pwedeng gamitan natin ng direct substitution and factoring. Another example for number 4 using factoring po. Okay, let's have limit of 3x minus 1 all over 9x squared minus 1 as x approaches to 1/3. Okay. Papansin ninyo, ang limit niya ngayon ay fraction. So, automatic guys, pag sinubstitute natin yung 1/3 sa x dito, if we check here, 9 times 1/3 squared minus 1. So, 1/3 times 1/3 is 1 over 9. Diba? So, magiging yan ay 9 times 1 over 9 minus 1. So, pag kinancel natin yan, 1 minus 1 will be equal to 0. So, automatic, ang substitution or direct substitution is not applicable. So, we can use now factoring. So, kung mapapansin ninyo, kanina nag-factor out tayo sa numerator. Dito naman, ang pwede nating i-factor out ay yung denominator, which is 9x squared. So, kung i-factor out natin yan, that becomes, copy yung taas, 3x minus 1, all over 9x squared can be factored as 9x or 3x times 3x. Then negative 1 is or can be factored as negative 1 and positive 1 because negative 1 times positive 1 is negative 1. So now meron na naman tayong same terms na nasa numerator and denominator. We can cancel it out. Okay, so ang may iwan guys sa taas, since wala nang naiwan, automatic yan na meron tayong 1 dyan sa taas. Okay, so to solve for that, we have 1 over this 1. So 3x plus 1. Okay, to solve for this one, we have substitute x approaches to 1/3. So here, substitute lang natin siya. We have 3 times 1/3 plus 1 that is equal to 1 over 3 times 1/3 is, pwede makancel yan because 3 times 1/3 is 1. So 1 na lang plus 1 will be 2. So the answer for number 4, limit 3x minus 1 over 9x squared minus 1 as x approaches to 1/3 is equal to 1/2. That is the limit. Okay, for number 5, meron tayong special cases na kung saan ang direct substitution and factoring are not applicable. But we can apply a different method to cancel a certain terms in the problem. Let's say, for example, guys. Okay, for number 5, let's say we have limit of the square root of x plus 3 minus square root of 3 all over we have x as x approaches to 0. Okay, for this problem, hindi tayo pwede mag-direct substitution since if we substitute 0 to the denominator, this will automatically be indeterminate or undefined. Ngayon, since hindi naman pwede siyang i-factor out since wala namang factor yung nasa taas and sa baba, so hindi rin po pwede ang factoring. So in this case, guys, we can apply a certain method called the rationalization, or ang tawag sa kanya kapag ganito ang problem is the conjugate method or the conjugate of the term. Okay, when we say conjugate, it is just the reverse sign of the constant. Okay, so pag ni-rationalize natin siya, we can apply either numerator or denominator naman sa rationalization. So in here, since pwede tayong mag-multiply sa taas para ma-cancel natin yung mga radicals nila, pwede tayo mag-multiply dito. So para makuha ang conjugate niyan, we have to copy this one. Kaya lang, ang sign niya, minus, will become plus or positive. So this will become x plus 3, the square root, minus the square root of 3, all over we have x. So kapag binultiply natin siya by its conjugate, ang mangyayari po ay multiplied by copy, square root of x plus 3. Then, since minus ito, gawin natin siyang plus dito. Okay, sa baba, ganun din po. The square root of x plus 3 plus the square root of 3. So, same lang po sila. This is just a rationalization method. Okay, now, pwede natin siyang i-multiply. So, the square root of x plus 3 and the square root of x plus 3, pag binultiply natin yan, ganito po ang mangyayari sa kanya. The square root of x plus 3 times the square root of x plus 3. Then, dito naman, ganoon din. The square root of 3 times we have the square root of positive 3. Okay. Now, sa baba, multiply na lang natin yung nasa baba. Since wala naman silang, x lang naman yung nandito, just copy. X times, we have the square root of x plus 3 and plus square root of 3. Okay, so simplify natin ito, guys. This one can be simplified as the square root of 3 or the square root of x plus 3 times the square root of x plus 3. Pwede nating makancel ito, guys. Okay, so ang may iwan na lang ay x plus 3. Then, since minus ito, the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is the square root of 9. So, when we have the square root of 9, the answer will be 3. Okay? So, pwede rin natin i-cancel yan. Sa baba, just copy. So, ang mangyayari sa baba, ganun pa rin. X times, we have x plus 3 square root plus square root of 3. Now, simplify natin itong nasa taas, guys. Because x plus 3 minus 3 will only give us x. Because 3 minus 3 is 0. So, ang may iwan na lang dito sa taas ay x. So, bale, x over, copyhin natin ito, x times the square root of x plus 3, then plus the square root of 3. Okay, so since meron tayong x sa taas, meron ding x sa baba, pwede tayong mag-cancel po dyan. Okay, so cancel natin ito, cancel nito. Ang may iwan na lang po ay 1 all over. Kopyahin natin ito, the square root of x plus 3 plus square root of 3. Okay, this time, pwede na tayong mag-substitute ng 0 sa denominator. Because pag sinubstitute natin yan, this becomes 1 over 0 plus 3 is the square root of 3 na lang. Kasi 0 plus 3 is 3. So the square root of 3 plus the square root of 3. So we have 1 over the square root of 3 plus the square root of 3. And kapag nag-add tayo ng parehong radicals, okay, square root parehas, ang gagawin lang natin ay i-add lang natin yung numerical value sa labas, which is 1. 1 plus 1 will be 2. Then copy the radicals. Okay, so ang mangyayari po dito, magiging 1 over 2 square root of 3. But this is not the final answer, guys. Isi-simplify pa natin ito through rationalization. Okay? Okay, so guys, ito po yung final answer natin. No? Pero since we do not accept final answer with radical expression na nasa baba, we have to simplify it through the process of rationalization. Okay? So, ang gagawin lang natin, multiply natin ito kung ano man ang merong radicals na nasa baba. You can multiply this by 2 square root of 3 over 2 square root of 3. Kasi yun ang nasa baba na. But also, you can apply here, halimbawa, 2 square root of 3, pwede mo rin siyang i-multiply lang ng square root of 3 over square root of 3. Kasi yun lang naman ang radicals niya eh. So, yung 2, kahit wag na po. Pero, you can have the same result. Okay? So, multiply natin parehas. Let's see. 1 times 2 is 2. Then, copy square root of 3. Sa baba naman po, 2 times 2 will be 4. Here. Then, 3 times 3, or square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 9. So, magiging square root of 9 siya. And pag sinimplify natin ang square root of 9, that becomes 3. So, ang gawin lang natin, multiply natin ito. So, times 3. Yung 3 ay galing na po siya sa square root of 9. So, pag sinimplify na natin, magiging 2 square root of 3 and over 12. Okay? So, pag sinimplify ulit natin, since meron pa tayong 2 and 12 sa taas and baba, okay? So, 2 and 12. Okay, hanap tayo ng word. Okay. Here, 2 and 12. So, we have to get the GCF, which is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And 12 divided by 2 will be 6. So, bale, ang magiging sagot nito, guys, ay square root of 3 over 6. Okay. So, ito po yung magiging sagot. Using the 2 square root of 3. You can also multiply it by square root of 3 over square root of 3. Ganito po. 1 times square root of 3 is just 1 square root of 3 or just square root of 3. Then, 2. Copy. Then, square root of 3 times square root of 3 is square root of 9. So, when we have square root of 9, that becomes 3. So, multiply lang natin ito sa baba, becomes the square root of 3 over 2 times 3 will be 6. Okay, as you can see guys, parehas lang po sila ng sagot. So, whether you get or you have 2 square root of 3 as multiplier para sa rationalization or square root of 3 over square root of 3, you will have the same result. Okay guys, that's all for today's video. Discussion about evaluating limits in basic calculus. I hope you learned something from this video. And if you have suggestion or comments, pwede nyo pong ilagay nyo sa comment section natin. Okay? So, see you again next video guys for the next Sir Ed's mathematics tutorial. Okay? God bless and goodbye. Ciao.